On this episode of the Star Wars Time Show, Nick and I will be talking about how droidicas are finally coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2. We're going to remind you why you need to watch Star Wars Galaxies Adventure Shorts. We're also going to tell you that you've probably already screwed up your Celebration 2020 plans because those tickets are going fast. And not to mention, there's an awesome Star Wars Easter egg in Toy Story 4. Plus, we're going to get around to the CGI of the prequels, why Mark Hamill kind of hates Luke Skywalker now, as well as our Friday show staple, the top 5 Star Wars artist features of the week. Cue the music. Hey now everyone, sorry about that intro, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but we obviously have an action-packed episode of the Star Wars Time Show, Friday edition, our favorite edition of the show. And why is it our favorite? Well, for me personally, it's because I'm usually 3 sheets to the wind, maybe not so much tonight, but it's also the night we get to talk about one of our favorite aspects of being Star Wars fan, and that's appreciating Star Wars fan art. But before we get there, clearly you heard the topics we've got to lay down tonight. So Nick, let's go ahead and dive into that first one, man. We're getting the Droideka update finally is coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2 next week, June 26th.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit a couple of weeks ago. We were, when it was announced on the official forums. Now we have the official release coming out soon. We have an official
How do you like the
video.
name of the update, by the way? They're literally, I'm not kidding, like I thought this was a joke. They're literally calling it Where Are the Droidekas update.
Yeah. I really thought that it was going to be something, I don't know, man. I guess there's no other really big item coming out aside from the TX-130 tank. So I feel like this is a callback right to the community, because the community has been asking this question for so long. They've been like, where are the droidekas?
Well, yeah.
They're coolest droid, the coolest newly introduced droid in the whole prequel series, and they've taken this long to make their way into the game. So that's like the devs' little, funny way of giving some community credit and saying, like, here you go. Here's where the droidekas are. So I think it was a good call.
Well, yeah, because, the Clone Wars era shit's been, at least a year deep at this point in Battlefront 2?
Oh, yeah. If we go back into the
archives, been no droidekas, I just, how do you introduce Clone Wars content without droidekas?
Yeah, it was necessary, dude. You get the B1, the B2 battle droids, that's fine, but the coolest, one of the first droids you
droidekas,
see...
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Droidekas
were around before B2s.
Yeah, they fucking roll up in the beginning of episode 1 and lay down they're badass.
They fuck up Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. Droidekas honestly are, I don't want to say Jedi killers, but they're Jedi preventers.
Yeah,
it's like Jedis can't fuck with droidekas, period.
Yeah, if they still have those shields up and they can't simply deflect the bolts back and get a kill, because later on in the series we did see droidekas that didn't have the shields around them. But if they have the shields up, what are the Jedi gonna do?
They're essentially invincible against Jedi, because at least in the movies they couldn't get close enough to just jam their sword through the shield because of how rapid fire droidekas are. So they really are, in my opinion, probably. At least in terms of Jedi defense, the most OP thing that the Separatists had. But the Separatists clearly were stupid because Sidious wanted them to be stupid, so it is what it is.
Yeah, so it's another good addition to this game. We constantly talk about the support that EA and DICE have put behind Battlefront 2. If we go back in time to the Battlefront 1 release, it almost feels like after, 8 months, a year after release of that game, they kind of just gave up on it. They were like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
This is done. It seems like the community had kind of a tepid response, so we'll just pick it up and we'll try again on the next version. With Battlefront 2, they're all in. They've been putting out content consistently for this game since its release. And on top of that, if you haven't played through the story, and we always mention this, play through the story, play through the free expansion that comes with it as well. Yeah. And it's well worth the amount of money that you can get this game for now. It's available on all regular consoles.
Probably what, like $3 at this point?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably pick up a version of it, $10. Wait for a flash sale if you're a PlayStation or Xbox user. You can probably get it for $5. I remember I got it on Amazon for, I don't know what, $12, something like that. So
$12.
Well worth it. Well worth it. So definitely check out this game.
Yeah, it's coming out. This update's dropping on the 26th in case you missed it. In addition to the droidicas, you're going to get the TX-130, a new skin for Anakin, the 212th Recon Division, 41st Scout Battalion, and then Naboo is being added to Capital Supremacy.
Yeah, I can imagine the chaos that's going to ensue when you have Naboo Capital Supremacy with droidicas just clogging up the hallways. It's going to be ridiculous. That is why I don't play online shooter games. is for that scenario that's coming.
Right. It's like, hey, by the way, those of you, if you're younger and you think you're the Cox Walk in online shooters, don't worry.
You will.
As you age, your skills will decline to the point where you'll end up like me, to where you just want to play video games by holding a controller in your hand.
Yeah, like I used to play competitive online shooters, and now I'm to the point like I don't even want to attempt to start playing again because I just know that I won't be nearly as good as I was when I was 18.
It ain't worth it, man. There's fucking little boys and girls that can sit home all day practicing their skills and camping and the best spots to snipe idiots like Nick and I. It's just like, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, so
just give me my Swago on my phone. Tap, tap, tap.
Yep, Swago. And then I've also been playing a little bit of Knights of the Old Republic. I've been recounting my playthrough of Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, hey, I actually, speaking of that, because, we have kind of been, as you say, recounting our recent forays into KOTOR. I finally have made it to Dantooine.
Nice.
I'm off Terrace. I'm on the Dantooine. Got my lightsaber finally.
Oh, dude, that's the best. So how are you rocking it? Are you going 2 lightsabers, 1 lightsaber, staff saber?
I'm definitely, if you will, modding my guy to not be penalized for using 2.
Yeah. So that's the way that I did it.
But at this point, I only have 1.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, Dantooine.
The Jedi are a bunch of cheap assholes.
They are
in the Old Republic.
Dude,
like, just give me 2.
Here's what you do in Dantooine. So Dantooine's got like a lot of side missions and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, dude. I've just got there, just talked to the council, got my lightsaber, and they've sent me out to explore at this point. So I'm at the exploring Dantooine. That's where my save's at.
So talk to one of the guys as you lead the temple going out into the field. And they're gonna give you a quest about Mandalorians.
Okay, I got that.
Go all the way through that. Now it's kind of weird because you just kind of have to keep going in and out of the area and back to the same places.
I think I may have already completed that one because I believe I've already killed at least 3 Mandalorian soldiers.
Yeah. So
on Dantooine,
at the very end, when you finally meet the boss, like a little cutscene starts, you kill him and you'll get your second lightsaber. So that's what.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm serious.
Oh, I bet I already fucked it up.
So like no, but if you keep going in that area, like where all of the shit is, like just that open area and stuff, they'll keep showing up.
See, this is where I get in trouble, Nick, because I usually play this game on a Saturday evening after I've had a few beers, hanging out with the family, and I just kind of arbitrarily save.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really saving at moments where you should stop. I mean, I'm talking like sometimes I'll save literally as I'm approaching an area of enemies. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I don't feel like dealing with it right now.
Yeah.
I'll hit the home button. I'll just come back to you.
See, I think they'll probably still be there because it's not a triggered event. So basically from when I did it, like they always pop up, like the groups of the Mandalorians always pop up in the same places. But there's no set cadence to it. So, like, you kill one group, and then another group will pop up where you already killed a group. And then if you keep...
Yeah, because they're always around, like, those busted-ass speeders.
Exactly.
That are sitting
so
there.
if you keep just walking throughout that whole area and busting them out, eventually you'll come back, and it's, like, the middle area. It'll have, like, a little cutscene, and it'll say, like, oh, so you're the boss. And then you kill him. He drops another lightsaber. You get your second. And you can tell if you like if you still have the quest going, because if you talk to the guy who gave it to you, he'll still say like, oh, how's the hunt for the Mandalorians going? So like it's still active. But yeah,
well, that guy's an ass.
but yeah, so that's my little trick there.
I'll have to check it out, but I just want to let you know I finally made the Dantooine, because I know I started playing through it again first, and then you're like, hey, I'll do it, and within a weekend you were like 30 hours ahead of me already.
So where my stopping point is now is I've already done Kashyyyk, I've already done Dantooine, I've already done Terrace, I've already done
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're
Tatooine.
basically almost done with the game.
Yeah, so I've already done all of the planets except Manan. So I've stopped on Manan. That's my last star map to get.
Yeah, dude.
And then
you've actually committed yourself to it.
I got sucked in.
Me, as with anything these days, I'm like, I want to do this, and then my ADD or ADHD kicks in. It's like, no, I want to do that. No, I want to do that. No, I need to do this. If I don't do this, I'm missing out. Oh, my God, I'm missing out. I just want to fucking go to bed and die.
See, like now...
That's basically my weekends now. I fail at free time these days, which is a travesty.
For the last 3 weeks, though, I haven't had a lot of time to play because we got a new puppy over here, so you have to pay attention, like making sure that she's doing well, not, not allowing her to chew up things she's not supposed to. So she requires a bit of attention, which has pulled away my attention from my Battlefront or my KOTOR gaming. But
bro, I mean, I struggle to even get motivated to take new toy picks. I mean, it's getting to the point where the hobby is almost crushing my soul. I do this with everything. Anything I start as fun and a hobby, I ruin. Because I want to make it too serious, but I honestly do. When I come down to Star Wars Time HQ now, and I look at the boxes of toys I haven't shot yet, I start to almost have a panic attack.
Jeez.
I'm like, oh my God, when am I ever gonna have time to shoot all these? And why do I feel like I need to shoot them all? Fuck! Why do I even collect toys anymore? I mean, that's like where things have gotten.
Oh, yeah.
It's really weird, and I hate myself.
Anxiety attack. Maybe just
exactly.
Take a breather.
I've even told my wife Heather, I'm like, honestly, what would help me? Go downstairs with a blowtorch, and you see all the toys just laying around my desk, burn them. Because as long as they're out of sight, they'll be out of mind for me, and I won't feel like I have to take pictures. That's how fucked up I am.
Yeah.
I can't even collect figures anymore just to collect. Now I feel like if I'm going to spend the money to collect it, even $20, I got to take a goddamn picture of it.
Jeez. Yeah, it's a tough
And I don't know
time.
if you other toy photographers, because I know that's our predominant audience right now, and I love you motherfuckers, but do you guys get the same way, or am I just a psycho? I'm assuming it's me. But if you are listening, you're a toy photographer, do you ever feel like you've turned the hobby into a job and it's ruined both taking pictures of them and collecting them? Because that's where I'm essentially at this point in my life.
Yeah.
Again, hey, first world problems, white guy problems, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I understand I'm the most privileged motherfucker in America. I am a white man. But I still fuck that up because I'm crazy.
Somebody
all right, bro,
help this man out. Reach out, toy photographers.
No, please, bust out the world's tiniest fiddles for me. I get it. Wee. I'm doing it myself with my fingers. Like, wee. Poor baby. I get it. It is what it is. Anyways, dude, we had a few PSAs tonight, and what PSAs are to me, these are just like public service announcements for other Star Wars fans, just in case you're missing out on some awesome Star Wars fandom shit. All right, so the first PSA item we have for you is a reminder as to why you need to be tuned into the Star Wars Kids YouTube channel, in particular the Star Wars Galaxy of Adventure shorts that they put out every week on Friday, okay? What these are, again, they are anime-style retellings of moments from the movies. They use the dialogue from the movies, sound effect from the movies, but the visuals are, in my opinion, are as Japanese-centric as they get. And by that, I mean they're over the top. The facial expressions are like, I mean, they're anime shit, all right? And just we want to remind you that you're missing out on some fantastic retellings of iconic Star Wars moments, characters, factions, whatever. So this week, case in point, we got one for Boba Fett. And the article title I gave it should be enough to convince you to at least click on it. First and foremost, it's a minute long or a minute 10. But the title here, Boba Fett gets the most badass Galaxy of Adventure short yet.
Dude, it's what I really loved about this one is that you're right. It's retelling a lot of the stuff that we already know and we've already seen in the movies in a fantastic, cool animated style.
Yeah, fantastic, cool, and sensational retelling.
But what I really like is they will add additional things in there as well.
Yes.
They'll add a little bit of flavor that you didn't see in the movies.
Yeah.
They'll add some extra stuff. And in this one, we get a lot of extra looks at, Boba Fett going throughout the galaxy, Boba Fett doing his bounty hunting deals and stuff like that. I really fucking enjoyed that. I really loved the additional little things they threw in.
Dude,
to this.
it's just these things week in and week out never fail to disappoint. Star Wars Kids has honestly been one of the greatest creations that Disney Star Wars has thought of. Every week they commit to putting out 3 videos. You're going to get a fun facts, which are also great. This week I believe it was on the Clone Wars, and the fun facts, they mix in various visual styles. They use some of the anime stuff that you're going to see in the shorts. They use some kind of stylized paintings. They actually pull in stylized, almost comic renditions of movie scenes. And then they'll do like, hey, how many times has Roger been said? Shit like that. So it's a great YouTube channel. Star Wars GOA is by far the best thing coming out of that channel, but the fun facts and just kind of the random shit is also well worth your time. And really, if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan that is struggling to get family members, friends, kids, whatever into Star Wars, this is where you need to start. Because you can give them bite-sized bits of awesome that look fucking bitchin' and that are also capturing the essence of the movies you love and why you want other people around you to love them.
Yeah, I mean, they use the audio from the movies, so you don't have to worry about, they got somebody else to voice it, or, this isn't giving context and what's actually happening. No, like, they're using the audio from the movies. They're recreating scenes from the movies using this cool animation style. Well worth the time. Like Matt said, only about a minute to a minute and 15 seconds per video. And it gives you a fantastic way to just easily digest Star Wars content. So
yeah, as Nick said, the visuals to me alone are enough to watch these. But they'll use dialogue and sound effects from the movies, but they'll also portray the characters in much more fantastical situations, anime-style situations, where the character's sitting there going, like, grimacing and their fucking eyes look like they're going to explode out of their face. It's fantastic. So, like I said, this is your first of many PSAs tonight. Get on Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures. They're fantastic.
Good.
Moving on to the next PSA, and this one that may bum some of you out if you haven't been paying attention, but last week we announced that Star Wars Celebration 2020 is going to go down this August, kind of mid-August, kind of a weird time. We also let you know that tickets were going to go on sale today as we're recording, so when you're listening, a few days in the past. But what we wanted to bring up was the fact that the Jedi VIP level tickets sold out within, I think, about 30 minutes, and 4-day passes for Star Wars Celebration 2020 are already gone.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. I have the site open now, like the Jedi Master VIP. I'm going to give it a refresh just to make sure.
Can you even get through the queue at this point? Like, is the virtual queue at least just letting you right in to choose tickets, or do you still have to wait?
It looks like it's allowing you to buy tickets now, but yeah, obviously.
Yeah, because earlier today, I don't know if you tried it, Nick, but if you clicked on Buy Now on the Celebration site,
yeah,
it instantly put you into one of those online queues that you've seen probably if you've registered for SDCC, or if you remember when Endgame went for sale through Fandango, they kind of threw up a little wait gate.
Yeah.
literally right at noon, that wait gate was up immediately.
Jesus, yeah, no, you can get through to the purchase site now, but like an additional update as of like this second when I got in, Saturday adult tickets are already sold out.
Boom.
So if you
look at this shit.
if you want to go, you got no Jedi Master, you got no 4-day. You basically have Sunday, Friday, and Thursday is the only things you can buy.
It's crazy. And I don't know, Nick, if this is just FOMO of people that miss Chicago and they're like, fuck, that looked badass, we got to go. Or what? Or if this is just the West Coast going, fuck yeah, we don't have to travel out east. Because the one before Chicago was all the way in Orlando. I mean, that's essentially a coast-to-coaster.
Yeah.
Chicago isn't that close either to the West, so I knew the VIPs would sell out. I mean, that happens every time. The 4 days selling out within, I believe it was an hour or two, that was something unique. And now you're telling me that Saturday singles already gone?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like,
I mean,
this is insane. And Nick, what are they going to see?
That's exactly what we talked about when we first announced this celebration. Is like, what's going to be there? Like, are they going to announce a new video game?
Ain't no Skywalker film, I can tell you that.
Like, and it's in my estimation, it's too early to give any kind of information about the Star Wars movie that's going to be coming out in 2022. Like, you're talking a year and a half out from release.
You're right. I think most they can give is, hey, it's Ryan or it's the Got Boys.
Yeah, like they'll give you out. Well, I think now we know it's the GOT guys. But
oh yeah, you're right.
So it's we know it's them, but like, are they like obviously?
What are they doing?
Yeah.
Are they doing the KOTOR stuff or is that bullshit?
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing I can think of is like, yes, we will get some Cassie. I assume we'll get some Cassian live action stuff.
Oh yeah, take that to the fucking bank, my friend.
And then maybe we get some Mando season 2. Maybe we get some news on the 3rd live action. I mean, that's kind of where I think this whole celebration is going to be focused around, is the Disney Plus.
Yeah, you're dead on. I think in terms of movies, it's mute.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one. And then maybe we'll get a video game reveal. I'm hoping that Jedi Fallen Order was not the only thing that was stewing in the kitchens over at EA for Star Wars, but like.
Well, you are a much more optimistic Jedi than I am a Sith. So
I'm trying to hold out hope.
Ain't happening, bro.
Yeah.
No way. Especially because this one's dropping at the end of 19. No way they're gonna turn around and be like, oh hey, we figured out we're not gonna be fucking stupid anymore and create loot box games. We're actually gonna capitalize on this license we've had for fucking years.
Yeah, it's just. They came out the gate as soon as the announcement was made, hot and saying, we're going to have BioWare on a game. We're going to have Visceral on a game. We're going to have DICE on a game. We're going to have this.
And then they're like, canceled, loot box.
So we'll see. 2020, this is kind of why Matt and I didn't fucking swarm on this like crazy people. Because we really, of course, Celebration it's a fantastic thing to go to anytime it's open.
Yeah, dude. I mean, come on. I would go to every fucking single one, but I knew my soul was not into this because I did not feel compelled at all to try to get tickets.
Yeah, I mean, I
knew it. I mean, I let the Force speak to me, and the Force is like, you're a fucking idiot if you're going to try to go to this.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying those of you that buy tickets are idiots. I'm saying as someone that's been to the past 2 and has spent thousands of dollars to go to them, it's just like, at this point, if they're going to be doing them every year, you got to kind of... until Nick and I are rich and famous, and obviously that comes down to you people. It has nothing to do with the content we put out. It comes down to if you guys are going to fucking prop us up.
Yeah.
You got to fucking prop us up to the levels we deserve to be at. Nick and I have already put in the goddamn work, okay? It's up to you guys at this point. At this point, Nick and I, we quit. We quit trying to do what we do. You guys need to take us to the next level. It's not our fault that we're not awesome yet.
Carry us over the finish line. Carry us to that promised land.
All right, you guys got that? And girls, it's not our fault. It's your fault.
Yep, 100%. But Yeah, I mean, Star Wars.
We still love you, though. We still love you.
Celebration 2020 is going to be interesting. Maybe when we get a little bit closer and we find out,
Well, Nick, it's only going to be interesting for people that tried to buy tickets today.
Yeah.
Because outside today, you're basically going piecemeal to the show.
Yeah, like you'll show. I mean, they put an addendum on all of the tickets saying like, $205 at the door for the 4-day. Like, I guarantee you they're not going to be selling 4 days at the door. They're already pegged.
Yeah,
and then
fuck no.
Yeah, all of the single day tickets are $75 now, $85 at the door. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But also,
your only hope at this point, my friends, is that security is as lax as Chicago, and you literally can walk in with a badge from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And be good for the week.
They just don't give a fuck at all.
Well, that was Chicago's McCormick Place. Who knows what type of fucking outfit they're gonna have at Anaheim? But I can tell you, it was night and day between. Orlando. It was no different than going through TSA checkpoints. Chicago. It was essentially who's going to smuggle in the bazooka.
Yeah, I mean, you could literally walk in. Like, one day, the exit door was unwatched, and you could just walk in.
Yeah, wide open. I mean, you could have walked in with a goddamn arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy.
And that's the real joke, Nick. It's not that, hey, you can just not pay and get in. It's the fact that in this day and age, especially in America, I'm telling you right now, I could have went to Star Wars Celebration Chicago with multiple firearms, explosives, and possibly a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, I mean, it was insane. And
no one would have fucking stopped
the amount of people that were there. I mean, like, you're talking 50,000 people that were in town for this celebration. Like, it was
right, and they're probably paying the security people $10 an hour.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, we don't give a fuck. We'll just stand here in our orange coats.
Yeah, it was crazy. So we'll see. Celebration 2020 is coming up in August, like Matt said.
And it's pretty much sold out already, so good luck.
Yeah, so go get your singles if you're waiting.
Yeah, good luck. Unless you live in California at this point, it's pretty much all right, we'll see you in 2021 deal.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right, so, sticking with more fandom, because honestly, at Disney at this point, they're like, fuck you guys on TROS stuff. We're probably saving the next reveal for D23, right, Nick? Which is, I believe, mid-July, right?
Oh, yeah. That's not going to be coming anytime soon.
I assume that's like something your dad gets, like VIP passes to.
We do
like,
get
he probably,
some...
Does he call in as an investor for D23 and all that?
I don't think he does, but I do think that he can get access into the D23 stuff if he wanted to. So D23 this year is also in Anaheim, August 23rd to 25th. So middle August.
But really, it's that late?
Yeah.
I always thought D23 was mid-July.
Yeah, it's
like I thought it was almost always before SDCC.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they.
All right. Anyways, well, hey, maybe we'll get something from SDCC then. But it's been kind of dry since mid-May after the Vanity Fair article. So hey, we're gonna stick with our fandom. But this next one, I believe, is something you all need to hear. I'd imagine if you like Star Wars, you probably like other geeky properties, in particular animated stuff. Toy Story. All right, Toy Story is an interesting franchise for me because when it first came out, I was 15. Again, at 15, I'm a male. I'm not gonna lie. My biggest concern in life was like, how can I get a female to touch my wiener? Right, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, let's be real. If you're a male in high school and probably middle school, the main thing on your mind was, can I hopefully get a girl to like me so we can make out and she may touch my wiener? Right.
It's definitely the primary.
Everyone
concern.
knows this. Everyone knows this. And if you weren't straight, if you're gay, you're probably thinking, hey, how can I get a girl or a guy to touch my privates? I mean, let's be real. That's what adolescence is. You're driven by your hormones. So anyways, Toy Story was a franchise I've kind of had to like slowly roll myself into. Yes, I saw it in 95 because back then it was revolutionary. I mean, we're talking all CG computer graphics in 95. If you watch the first Toy Story now, you'll be like, oh my God, that shit looks janky as fuck. But anyways, one of the greatest animated franchises out there. To me, I think Toy Story and How to Train Your Dragons are kind of on even par, at least in my opinion. But anyways, I checked out Toy Story 4 last night by myself. I'm 38, went to a G-rated movie by myself. I don't give a fuck. That's what you do when you critique stuff. But anyways, I noticed a fantastic Star Wars Easter egg in Toy Story 4. So there's not really any spoilers here, but just in case spoilers. So kind of late in the movie, Woody and Bo go to this antique shop, and they go inside an old pinball machine, right? And this, Nick, again, I explained it to you earlier. I mean, this is as great as an Easter egg as it gets because it is a pure Easter egg. So as they're walking through this pinball machine, which is to them kind of like a disco, like a dance club.
Nice.
So you got all these old antique toys hanging out, and lo and behold, out of the corner of my eye, down the floor, who do I see? But I see Kenner Obi-Wan Kenobi and Kenner Ponda Baba reenacting their skirmish from Star Wars: A New Hope, in particular the Mos Eisley Cantina exchange. And it was just, dude, it was just fantastic because if you know what the Kenner, Obi, and Ponda look like, they're 3 3/4 inch, literally zero articulation. I mean, the figures when I was little, buddy, you got the arms, legs, and the head, and the only thing that really moved was the head and the shoulders.
And if you look at the Ponda, Matt's got a good video linked here.
You're right.
The Ponda looked like it was like it was painted by a kid. Yes.
And Obi-Wan too kind of looked like he had a rough night with some fucking crystal meth. Okay. So I enjoyed this Easter egg so much. Not only did I feel compelled to write a post to let other fans know where to look, I tried to almost reenact it in a video. Okay. So check it out, StarWarsTime.net or YouTube.com/StarWarsTimeShow. The video's up there. You can see where the Easter egg's at. But it was great. I mean, the movie's fantastic. But it's just the little stuff like this. Just like how Nick and I did the Easter egg breakdown for Resistance. I love Easter eggs. And I love ones that are pure Easter eggs. And by that, I mean literally this scene, the camera's not on it. The focus is still on, Woody and the main characters. But if you are paying attention to the background, Obi-Wan and Ponda carry out their full scene up to the arm getting chopped off. It's aces.
Beautiful. That's worth seeing Toy Story 4 alone.
Right. I mean, let's be real. Toy Story 4 you should probably go see anyways. It's great storytelling, great writing, great characters, new characters. I mean, Keanu Reeves, again, has reaffirmed himself as my spirit animal. Duke Kaboom steals the show. Love the guy. Love Canada.
Nice.
All right. Moving on, man. All right, so real quick, this is kind of another PSA, but these guys at the Quarter Crew of Quarter Digital fame on YouTube, not sure how in the know you people are in the YouTube type of stuff, but I mean, these guys have been around for a while. They do some pretty fantastic stuff VFX-wise on YouTube. But anyways, they've kind of spawned a secondary channel to do some random stuff, and one of the new series is called Vfx Artist React. So what this consists of is, these guys who have worked in VFX and put out some pretty impressive stuff on YouTube and VFX. They'll sit around and either critique or talk about effects from older popular films. So they recently put out a video for the Star Wars prequels. And you may sit there and think, okay, these guys are just going to fucking hack this shit apart. They're going to rip up the CGI work, this, that, and the other thing. But, if you actually listen, they give the prequels a lot of credit, as Nick and I do from a technical standpoint. I think we've always been on record saying at least that what George achieved with the prequels in terms of the tech he had and what he put out with the first fully CG character, impressive.
Yeah.
We've never critiqued that, right?
No, I mean, it's always around the story. And the good part about this video is that they agree with us on a lot of the VFX stuff. Like and what's cool is they actually go in and break down a lot of the shots. It's not just like, oh, this is good, this is bad. They break down, like, for example, they're going through the pod racing sequence in episode 1 and they're like, holy shit. They stop. They're like, holy shit. They did realistic mirage, like heat mirage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember that.
Because they were like,
part.
dude, you can't do that now easily. It's like, imagine trying to do that in 1999. So like they give props, they break it down.
But Nick, in that same scene, they also said, look, that engine explodes before it hits.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but that's why it's fun, because I mean these guys, I do consider them pros. They are literally paying for, I believe, a team of 10 based on YouTube revenue. So yeah. They're not fuck ups. They know what they're doing, and they honestly put out a video this week that everyone should watch. They deep fake Tom Cruise.
Oh God!
And if you don't know what deep fake is, it's basically you take my face and put Nick's face on.
Yep. You can make
literally for free. You can go to GitHub, download this program, and if your computer is strong enough, you can deep fake faces now.
Yeah, you can make anybody say anything, which is fucking disturbing.
So they hired this Tom Cruise kind of already lookalike impersonator, so he had the voice and everything, but then they deep fake the face on, and you're going like, holy shit, this is on YouTube? These motherfuckers have enough resources and know-how on YouTube to do this? So point being, they know their shit. They do a great job of kind of breaking down the VFX of the prequels, and believe it or not, and I agree with them. They say Jar Jar Binks is still one of the most impressive feats ever in CGI.
Yeah, I mean, considering what the tools were in 1999 and how Lucas was able to bring him to life,
he still holds up. He still holds up. Like you can say what you will about how character or Jar Jar was portrayed, the fact that he was given this goofy accent. But you can go back now and watch those movies and look at Jar Jar and be like, yeah, that looks like a real character for the most part.
Yeah, I think, the people listening can probably pick out some of the spots where they give it shit, like particularly in the fields in Naboo on episode 2.
Oh yeah, surfing on that fucking like bloated pig goat in Attack. I mean, the pear scene. Okay, Attack of the Clones, real hard to fucking pick issues out of that thing.
But they do give props. Like even within Attack of the Clones, they break down some of the lightsaber battles. They will.
Oh yeah, I mean the Geonosian arena.
Yeah.
As slapdicky as it looks, with like random people going like ha. It's still impressive that most of those people weren't even on set together.
Yeah, and like the volume, like one of the other things that kind of stemmed off of that, the continuing battle from the Geonosian arena, like the blaster fire that's traded back and forth on Geonosis through the dust, like the volumetric lighting effects and how everything glows. So you see the red glows and the blue glows within all of this dust that's completely computer generated. Like even at that time, like nobody had ever seen anything like that.
Well, Nick, I mean, you got to remember back then, just technology-wise, I mean, they're probably still whipping Windows 98 or Windows XP machines.
Oh, yeah.
There was no such thing as super-duper, gigabyte RAM video cards or even 1 terabyte hard drives at that point in time.
No, yeah, and the tools that people have now for building shaders and inserting easy reflections and lighting effects.
It's just like I said with the deepfake. You can go to GitHub right now if you have a beefy enough computer and do deepfakes.
Yeah, like that's
at home. Where this shit, back when the prequels were being made, you probably needed millions of dollars just to pull it off.
Yeah, so it's nobody can ever take away what Lucas did for visual effects in the prequels. That's kind of what the conclusion that these guys come to. Yeah. But there are still some sequences where it's a little corny. Things are a little weird, and they point those out.
Of course, it's the prequels. Yeah. I mean, they were still matching the visuals to the fucking script and directing.
Yeah, so it's a really fun video to watch. It's 15 minutes, so if you got a little bit of time and you want to, have a little bit of fun with the prequel CG, give it a watch. Definitely worth it. And the guys doing the breakdown are really, I mean, the good thing is,
even if you're not into Star Wars and if you're just into VFX and doing shit maybe on YouTube or just being artistic, you're going to want to watch what these dudes are putting out. Like I said, they've kind of pivoted their quarter digital channel at first. That was back in the day where they'd make really fun video games and real life videos. That scene's kind of died out on YouTube these days. So now that they've kind of, like I said, moved into this hey, let's just educate and show you some of the cool shit we can do.
Yeah. So good stuff. Definitely worth your time. So check it out. Again, I mean, like, is that it for our PSAs? I know we had quite a few, but
yeah, we got the PSAs, but now we're gonna kind of move into our only TROS related item, and this one Nick kind of cooked up today.
Yeah. So we had confirmation, I guess you could call it. I say in the article
for stupid. This is for stupid people.
Yeah, the way I put it in the article was it's the least surprising revelation thus far about the Rise of Skywalker, and it is that Mark Hamill has revealed through the Associated Press that he will be returning as Luke Skywalker in the Rise of Skywalker as a Force ghost. Whoa.
I mean, did like someone ask him this question and he's just being a smartass?
Yeah, I mean, it's you know,
like,
I think he...
Why would you even ask this? Like, what do you mean, how are you returning in...
Yeah, it was a weird kind of interview because they were talking to Mark about Star Wars and they were talking to Mark about...
Okay, let's put it into context. This is during his Child's Play press tour, so he's probably already annoyed being asked about Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
And as Nick and I have said offline, Mark is slowly but surely becoming Harrison Ford.
Yeah, he's getting to the point to where he's starting to get annoyed with it.
His second turn in Star Wars has definitely soured him on the franchise.
Yeah, so he's so he's having this interview, and obviously people, like Matt said, brought up Star Wars, and he says, I had closure. So this was his quote. I had closure in the last movie. The fact that I'm involved in any capacity is only because of that peculiar aspect of Star Wars mythology where if you're a Jedi, you get to come back and make a curtain call as a Force ghost.
All right, so let me put this into plain English. This is what he really said. I really fucking hoped I was done after TLJ because I hated how Luke was treated and I just wanted to fucking be done with it. But these assholes, because of Force Ghosts, are looping me back into this movie.
Yeah, that's basically what he said. And I mean, I love Mark Hamill.
It's bumming me out, man.
That's exactly
I'm not
gonna
lie. Like Mark, I love the guy, just as I love Harrison. But just like Harrison, the shit's just bumming me out. It's like, dude, in the end, brother, I know you were Luke Skywalker. But he's not yours. He's, at this point, the fans. Just go along with the charade, dude.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It is. It's hard to see because Mark always used to
Your
be
whole fucking life was propped up because of this shit.
Yeah. And Mark always used to be a big Star Wars proponent. Like,
yeah,
he always
it's sad.
Stood up
It's
for
like, come on, man. I mean, even shit like this, just like we talked when we did our questions to Mark on Tuesday, it's like at this point his frustration is only giving more fuel to the fuckheads.
Yeah, and you know, I really hope that after this and after some time kind of passes for Luke and like, you know, the Skywalker saga, he can come back around to enjoying it again. I just think that like right now he's so inundated in it, like since 2015. Even though he wasn't in The Force Awakens until the very end, like people were still all over him about, you know, Luke Skywalker and back in Star Wars. And like that's kind of been controlling his life for the last 4 years.
I know. But hey, what the fuck do you think you're signing up for if you want to be an actor?
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
You're signing up to lose your own identity.
Yeah.
Right? You're never going to be who you were once you become famous.
Yeah. So
once you are, it's like at this point, and I don't want to sound like one of these conservative assholes like, hey, shut up, fucking deal with it, you're fucking rich. But it's getting to the point, it's like, hey, Mark, man, can you just like maybe reflect on what Star Wars has given you and your family personally?
Yeah. Approach it from a different...
And all the opportunities it has afforded you. I mean, would you even be the voice of the Joker if it weren't for Luke Skywalker?
Yeah.
But hey, in the end, I get it. He's a human too, and we all have our own rights to say and do what we want. But it's just like, man, like if you hate it this much, then just tell him no.
Yeah. I mean, I I mean, Mark's a professional.
Like, do you hate the fucking paychecks you're getting too?
That's one thing he does not hate.
Are you gonna bitch about the millions? I would imagine he's probably made another 10 to 20 million just from this.
Yeah. So, Mark's a professional. I don't think that his feelings right now are gonna affect his performance in The Rise of Skywalker.
Well, that's all over.
Yeah.
It's just, and that's kind of, it's like he's almost getting back to the Eeyore woe is me shit with this one.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck, I thought I was done with this dumb Star Wars shit, but they loop me back in. I mean, it's like, man, it's really bumming me out, Mark.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I mean, I think if Carrie was here, Carrie was such a free spirit and she was always so light about everything. If she was here, Mark probably wouldn't be saying the things that he was saying. Like, he would treat him a little
I guess in
differently.
the end, Nick, you know as well as I do, we all control our own destinies, our own fates, our own attitudes, our own personalities. So, I mean, if he can't get over Carrie passing, like, what other type of long-term help does he need?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully he can come back around after a little time off. But for right now, it really does seem like he's ready to move forward. Like, he's...
You're right. I guess you never know. Unless we're in his situation, you just don't know. But I would hope that if I was an actor that has honestly been propped up and made an idol and a legend because of a character I played 40 years ago, I would hope that I still had some humility left to just accept the fact that my life has been enhanced because of that, and I should just be somewhat thankful for that.
Yeah, so we'll see. Give it a couple of years. I know he's got...
It's so odd because he's such a liberal.
Yeah, I don't know. He's
But like these attitudes he put forth are so red to me.
I think he just wants to do, he wants to get away from, because I think if he wasn't doing anything else, like if he was just making the press tours and doing the rounds about Star Wars, he'd be fine with it.
So
but like,
why do you think Mark Hamill is doing Chucky right now?
I know that, but like in his mind, he's like, yeah, I did Star Wars, that's it. But now I'm known for other things. Like, yes, I'm doing Chucky. I'm here for Chucky. I have the show Nightfall that I'm also doing. I'm also the Joker.
But honestly, is he really known for anything outside of Luke Skywalker?
I mean, in the public eye, no. But I think as a person, that's what he's trying to do.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, like person versus actor. But in the end, when you sign up for that fucking lot in life,
oh yeah,
you know what you're getting into. So I'm like, hey, this is where I guess the only conservatism left in me comes out and is like, dude, suck it up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel bad for you.
No, I don't feel bad for him. I just, we'll see. We'll see how his attitude and, his view on the franchise changes after he's wrapped and he can put the actual work of Star Wars behind him. I'm sure he's going to have a fantastic
that's the other thing.
It.
Like, in this article, he went on to say, basically crossing his fingers, getting down on his knees and praying, please God, don't ever ask me to do Star Wars again. Like, that's where he is at.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, he's...
Which is sad. I mean, to me, it's just fucking sad.
It is. And look, it's logical that he doesn't come back after this. I don't think they're going to ask him to come back after this.
I would hope not, considering they're saying that the Skywalker saga is finito.
Yeah, that's what Episode 9 is the end of Luke, the end of Han, Leia, and all of the Skywalker saga.
To most people, it's the end of everything.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have Skywalkers in Star Wars, you might as well just fucking blow it up.
So, we'll see. But yeah, just suffice it to say that Mark's a little upset right now, but we will move past that, and we're going to get to...
I mean, honestly, Nick, it's nothing new with Mark. I mean, pretty much since he signed on, he's been upset.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Like,
he's essentially a reflection of some of the fan base.
Yeah, like he definitely did not get the role that he wanted in TFA, and then has kind of just been, playing his part since then.
He definitely got that money, though.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. moving on to our top segment of the Friday show, and you guys know what that is. You girls know what that is, and that is the top 5 Instagram pics of the week, 6/14 through 6/21, curated by your man at that Nick C. So as we do it, I line them up throughout the week. Nick knocks them down. We've got 5 to look at. I have yet to see them, so let's do it.
I really enjoyed this.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
I really enjoyed this top 5 because there's definitely a dark side Sith flair to it.
I could see the first 2, and you're definitely you have that Death Star theme going, the Space Walls theme. For those of you in the toy community, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I found there was a lot of great shots this week. Hard to whittle it down to 5. I even slipped a little non-toy photography piece in there that we'll get to soon.
But I haven't seen that one yet.
We kick it off. We kick it off with the 2 droids that are almost the polar opposite of C-3PO and R2-D2. We have
Nick. Do you have any insights into BT and 000? Like, have you read any of the comics? I'm guessing.
I haven't read the comics, but I do know who the characters are. So
these 2 are fucking fantastic. Yeah. They had a great run in the Vader series.
Came back for Dr. Aphra as well.
Right. Yeah. They're kind of tied to Dr. Aphra. They're fantastic. They're murder bots. But
so essentially what we have here is 000 and BT1, the murderous, torturous versions of C-3PO and R2-D2, and the shot is basically showing them torturing and ripping apart these rebel soldiers within some sort of Death Star boundaries.
Oh, buy Collection Toys, by the way. I don't think we give
buy
the
Collecting
credit.
Toys. My bad. Yeah, add Collecting Toys. Collect COLLECTIN _toys with a Z. I mean, I look at this and I can hear their voice. I can hear 000 in my head. Like, I can hear his protocol
because
voice.
they do their torturing and murdering very politely.
Yeah.
I mean, 000 still has the manners of a protocol droid.
Exactly. I think one of the lines, obviously I haven't read the comics, but like one of the lines that I read when I was going through his history and his, personality, stuff like that was, My primary functions are etiquette, protocol, and torture, ma'am. Like, that's just so perfect.
Right. And he says it with a straight face, clearly. But in this shot that Nick selected, you can see how intense these droids are when it comes to torturing. I mean, Trip Z, he's got basically a circular saw on his thumb.
Yeah.
His other hand is nothing but torture fingers.
Yeah, it's like fire on one. It's like a scalpel on the other.
Yeah, like pointy objects. And then you got my man fucking BT essentially has a 7 missile launcher apparatus launch and a bazooka.
Yeah.
Coming out of his fucking head, interrogating this rebel soldier.
Oh my god. It was so, this shot was impossible to not put in the top 5. So kudos to Collecting Toys.
I'm glad you picked this one because there's been a lot of Trip Z BTs because I'm assuming around the world this line is releasing. I have not gotten mine yet, but these are all brand new Black Series 6-inch figures coming out.
Beautiful.
And clearly the community is putting them to work already. So Collecting Toys, fantastic job here with your murder bot piece.
Yeah, well done. Very well done. So next up, we have a shot here by Scott Blind at scott.blind, BLINE, on Instagram. And
this is some pimp ass action shit right here.
It's so good because we rarely get Darth Revan shots through, the top 5 and through the shares because I assume that, putting together a suitable Darth Revan figure for shots like this could be a little difficult. I know that you mentioned...
honestly, he's been hard to get, period, but what Scott's working with here is a modded version. I don't know if you read the comment, Nick, but he actually had to enlist 2 different customizers to create a cloak for Revan that could allow him to pose him this way, because as Revan ships, it's kind of like that. I don't know if you remember a few weeks back when we were talking about that Darth Maul from Celebration.
Yeah.
So his whole cloak is all plastic, so he's locked into place.
Okay. So you can't.
Revan was kind of the same way, right? Yeah. Like especially around his head, like his hood was all plastic. So what Scott hooked up with here is he got cloth goods, and you can now see the full Revan helmet, which you couldn't see on the standard figure, and you can actually fucking pose him. You can move his shoulders beyond a certain point. And clearly Scott has put his custom Revan to work.
Yeah, this is a fantastic shot. So you see Revan, 2 lightsabers ignited, 1 purple, 1 red. He's in some sort of, again, like a Death Star-like setting, and he's just cutting down troopers. Like, in the shot, he's flying through the air. The cloth goods cloak is perfect here because you get that sense of, like, billowing wind and like he's moving.
Exactly.
So it's a perfect action shot that really captures the ferocity of Darth Revan. That
I love that he's using the same attack style as Ahsoka, where he reverse holds his sabers.
blades. I really that was a really cool touch and flair to that Scott added to the shot.
It's perfect for the pose he has too, the way he's holding them.
So I mean, stuff like this, shots like this, just make me want to see this character on some sort of moving screen.
Yeah, like doing something, not just being because for the most part, Nick, outside of Darth Maul, Sith fight like shitheads.
Yeah, I mean, we get Darth Vader.
They're very slow and methodical. I mean, Vader basically fought like Frankenstein because he was broken.
And if you look at Dooku, he's 90, and Sidious is also super old. Like,
yeah, I mean, Sidious did like this crazy and like did this twist thing and wiped out 2 Jedi Masters because they forgot how to fucking defend and attack. And then, I mean, you could argue he got his ass kicked by Mace, or did he let his ass get kicked? But yeah, I mean, let's actually see a fucking Sith get nasty.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the Clone Wars, where you have Clone Wars and Rebels, where you have the Inquisitor and Rebels, and then you have Savage and Asajj Ventress.
It's very easy to make cartoons look nasty versus live action.
Yeah. So let's get a.
I guess you could argue that. Blood, human flesh, Darth Vader did some lightsaber work, but I'll still contend the Obi-Wan and Anakin fight on Mustafar is like slapdick ass stunt fighting. I mean, it's considered jerk-off shit amongst the stunt community, the fight community. I can only tell you what I've heard from professionals.
Yeah.
If you guys think 2 dudes waving, glow sticks in front of each other is impressive looking, have at it. That's for you. I'm not going to tell you you're dumb. I'm trying to get over that shit. But I can tell you from people that actually do stunt fights, sword fights, this, that, and the other thing in Hollywood, it's a joke.
Yeah. So what's not a joke is this Revan shot at Scott Blind on Instagram. Well done, sir. Next up.
Look at this. Nick's on a fucking bot kick.
It's weird, right? Like, we get 000 in the first shot. Now we have proper.
Well, honestly, in the second shot, Nick, if you look, there's also a mouse
droid.
The mouse droid
yeah,
sitting right there too, brother. So
yes,
your theme is going strong.
It's key. Yeah, it's staying around there. I don't know if it's going to make it through the last 2 of the top 5, but it continues into number 3, where we have a Rampo shot. If you don't know who Rampo is, go back. Look at some of
go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
or go to hell. I mean, that's our saying. Like, if you haven't listened to the show, go to hell.
Go listen to the backlog and find out who Rampo is. Rampo.
This is a fantastic Rampo.
This is so C-3PO. Obviously, is we may get an action-oriented C-3PO in The Rise of Skywalker, and he has been dubbed Rampo by the community. And this shot here is a perfect.
Oh, fuck the community.
By you.
Star Wars Time dubbed this shit.
Yeah, you
in particular. Me.
You did, because I remember when it first came out, you were like, "Holy shit, look at this thing!" And you put out the shot that dubbed him Rampo.
That leaked bootleg ass leaked Episode 9 poster came out where you saw 3PO wearing the bandolier holding the bowcaster. That day, Rampo.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken off from there. I'll never get credit, but that's my lot in life on the internet. No one gives a fuck about what Matt does. No one gives a shit about Matt and Nick. We're just 2 losers doing another Star Wars podcast.
That's what we are. But what I love about this shot, this Rampo shot, is just the fucking... I can see it happening in my head. I could see him fucking just out there with Chewie's bowcaster blasting shit away, and then a bomb goes off from the left, and he fucking flies.
Here's the best part, Nick. read the artist's initial caption and it makes it even better.
This is what would happen if 3PO tried to fire Chewie's bowcaster.
Yeah, so he's basically saying the fact that he looks like he's getting blown off his feet is because the 3PO couldn't handle the kickback of the bowcaster, and like I said, that makes it even funnier.
Oh yeah, I mean, like we saw that Han was like, "Holy shit!" What?
Yeah, he's like, "Hey man, this guy, this thing's got some fucking kick to it."
Yeah, and then
you look at it here, it's like Goldenrod's literally blowing himself sideways off his feet.
It's just a fantastic shot here.
Right, and this comes from K Wetham.
Yeah, KWEHTTAMM. So K Wetham. What's really great about this, obviously the particle effects for the explosion makes it look very dynamic. The pose that he's in with his legs just fucking splayed out and like the holding the bowcaster. I mean, all around, just a fantastically posed shot.
I can just visualize him getting fucking, like, he shoots, he goes, he just fucking flies through the air.
Man, so good.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, that's why we love this stuff, my friends. It's called artists making art, being creative, using those imaginations.
Oh yeah,
and it's just that this is the type of stuff you get, and that's why we do what we do.
So next up, we're moving away from toy photography.
Okay, Nick's got a little fucking Revan hard
I
on.
do. I mean, Darth Revan just came and went right past me in Swago. I must have had some regrets, some deep feelings that I know.
I missed them too, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't get too upset.
Like,
I missed them too.
I'm 2 years away at minimum from getting this character.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right.
So I can just hang those hopes and dreams up for a long time. So I saw a lot of Revan stuff on our feed this week, and I gravitated towards it. This is a piece of digital,
oh my god,
digital sketch art by Frangle Art at Frangle Art on Instagram. And I mean, and again, it perfectly captures the essence of this of Revan as a character. It's a beautiful portrayal using, it's not, I wouldn't call it, it's definitely not a realistic, hyper realistic style. It is a shaded,
it's almost
cel-shaded style of art.
It kind of has a watercolor feel to it.
It does a little bit. I mean, like, I know nothing about art, so Frangle, if you're listening,
me neither.
To this,
Like don't listen to any terminology we pretend to know what we're talking. Like, trust me, we're too fucking idiots.
Yeah, like Matt.
We just know what we like.
Yeah, Matt's the expert on the toy photography. He can give us a breakdown on how a lot of these shots are done.
Right.
When it comes to real artwork like this, we have no fucking clue.
We're fucking two idiots like most everything we talk about. But I mean, what Frangle Art is doing here is something that I really, really appreciate.
Yeah, I mean,
this is like tattoo material. To me.
Yeah, tattoo art. This is something that I would hang in my house. Like, if this would go perfectly on Matt's Star Wars cave, Star Wars Time HQ.
Exactly. Like I'm not even talking like a little poster. These are like the 46 by 30 like movie theater size posters.
Real big posters.
It's just it's I wish we could give it justice and describe the style, but like I said, it's kind of watercolorish, but it's not. There's an illustration feel to it.
Yeah.
It's fucking perfect.
Yeah, it's a beautiful portrayal here. So if you guys are listening to the podcast,
he even got the lightsaber right, like with the prongs there.
Oh yeah, I mean, he got so many of the details perfect on this.
Goddamn, Revan is a fucking pimp.
He is.
Like,
he's a bad motherfucker.
I think we talked about this last week. I still hold Vader up there as like the Mac pimp in terms of the way he looks, but Frangle may be changing my fucking mind.
Dude, if we get a live action portrayal of Darth Revan, either it
would be the greatest thing.
Oh
ever.
yeah, like Disney Plus form or big screen Got Bros trilogy form, like that could be a legitimate competition. Like this motherfucker could be the baddest ass.
He's
ever.
fucking a pimp. I mean, look at the goddamn Mando mask, and when you pair it with a Sith hood, and then he's got like the gold chest armor, and then just some random other robes on that. Oh, Jesus, he's just so unique.
He is. He's.
I mean, you could say, Malik kind of looked different too, because he essentially missing the lower part of his face.
Yeah, but it's.
But he's not even close to fucking Revan. I mean, at this point, like I said, Revan Vader Revan may have just slid a step higher.
Yeah, it's just badass.
In terms of looks, I mean, we still don't have much exposure to the character.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the story that was told in KOTOR.
Right, but even then, it's not even the story of Revan. It's the story of Amnesia Revan, who isn't a Sith.
Yeah.
He's like a blah blah.
Yeah, we don't.
Like, who am I guy.
You don't get the full, like, what we want to see is the full Jedi Revan fighting Mandalorian War, going off.
We want to see JKR become DR.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And if you don't know what that means, you don't play Swago. So go to hell.
That transition we needed. So fantastic work here at Frangle Art on Instagram. Absolutely beautiful stuff. If you go on his feed, tons of great Star Wars material. Tons of great.
He calls it Nick. He calls it digital painting.
Yeah. So he's
in Procreate. So whatever that is, my friends, he wins.
Yeah. He's likely on, does like a hand sketch and then on a Wacom tablet and then goes into Photoshop or some sort of program to paint it to look like this. I mean, just excellent work here by Frangle Art. Well worth a follow. Last up, we have who is an artist who's becoming a mainstay.
I mean, as I say, we're at this point we're essentially Triple P homers.
Yeah, Papa Palpatine photography.
I think Triple P now has the most fucking feature nominations today.
I think so too, and
I'm not gonna lie, I got probably 3 more of this dude's shots in the queue to share still. I have to fucking spread them out because every week he's dropping at least 2 or 3 where I go, yep, that could be a fucking share.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that could be a share. Oh, well, fuck, that could be a share too, Jesus.
I mean, Papa just, he brings the fire every time. And in this particular shot, I mean, this is like dream stuff that Star Wars fans would love to see. So it's a
and it could technically happen in canon. That's the crazy thing.
Now it could. It really could. This showdown could happen, and we're seeing
I mean, Maul wouldn't fully look like the way Maul's portrayed here, just because there isn't a figure version of modded Maul.
Yeah,
but this could totally happen, and it would happen because that's how the fucking Sith roll.
Exactly. So we see the fight between Maul and Darth Vader, and what's what Papa does here is he truly captures. This looks like a fast snapshot in the middle of the fight that captures the moment where Vader turns the tide. Because
he's gonna kill him.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna kill him.
What I'm seeing here, Vader, this fight's going down. Vader gets the upper hand, pulls Maul's lightsaber out of his hands.
Exactly.
And then he's
Great
got
interpretation.
He's got his lightsaber. So Vader's lightsaber is held up by the Force,
right,
pointing right
headshot
at Maul's head and is igniting.
Headshot.
Right.
It's a headshot.
It's beautiful. And then just
fucking epic. I mean, honestly, this is a more epic Force kill than I think anyone has ever thought of before. I mean, you didn't even get this shit in Force Unleashed. I mean, this is the most Sith Force kill I can ever think of.
Oh, yeah. This is just
being represented in a visual format.
Yeah, this is the next level. Like, even the fucking the animators and the people who make Star Wars for a living haven't thought of something like this.
This is rated R Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, because Maul is getting a lightsaber through the head. Right
through the fucking head.
And
with the Force. I mean, it's not even just like, yeah, you could say Kylo fucking zapped a Praetorian through the head. No, this is literally Vader doing his patented fucking arm out, like, I'm going to choke you, but instead he's controlling his lightsaber that is going to ignite through Maul's face.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And just like everything about this shot is so good. The positioning of both figures, especially Maul, because he's airborne and he's got this, just the body positioning is fantastic. The look on Vader and his positioning as well, and then even the background. I don't know what this background is typically used for.
You know what it is, man. It's what I explained to you weeks ago. It's the goddamn Nova Revo ubiquitous bullshit.
Yeah.
And guess what? Guess what? Remember how I told you I have one I haven't touched?
Yeah.
And I told you I will never touch it. And I would rather pay someone to build at least one of the variations for me than me ever dream of doing.
Yeah.
Last weekend for Father's Day, my wife built one of the variations for me.
Oh my God.
Because she's like, what do you really want? And I'm not kidding. I said, because the box has been sitting upstairs for months. And I said, honestly, if you're going to ask that question, I would like you to build that thing. Because I know I can't do it. If I do it, I'm essentially going to waste $100 because I will smash it all and burn it.
You'll just break your other hand.
Right. Right. And that's the other thing. Like, my hand's still fucked up, so I don't even have enough power to snap this shit in. So she graciously did it for me. That's why I love her to death.
Wow.
But, dude, it took her almost the whole day. That's how fucked up this thing is.
Jesus.
And I know Papa actually replied to us when I brought this up before about him and how many times he reuses this set and that he's become a pro at it. And he did offer to help build mine, but he said after a while it just I don't know, I guess it gets easier, maybe gets worked in or whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact that he breaks this fucking cunt hole diorama down weekly and rebuilds it into this type of magic just goes to show you the level of talent this guy has. Because that thing, this ubiquitous shit, it is a piece of fuck. It is a piece of fuck that no one would. I mean, if you do not have the greatest amount of patience in the galaxy, don't even fuck with this thing.
Yeah.
Because my wife is a goddamn saint. And about 2.5, 3 hours in, she was ready to fucking melt the thing. Okay? So.
Oh, man.
My point has been proven. Triple P's point has been proven. He is a fucking ubiquitous god.
Yeah. Master. Absolute master. And I don't see him working his way out of the top 5 anytime soon. The guy just puts out quality shot after quality shot. You can go onto his feed, Papa_Palpatine_photography on Instagram, and every shot that's on there can make the top 5. Like, it's just like Matt said, he has to hold himself back from essentially sharing everything that this guy does.
Well, I've said, I mean, there's I don't know. Sorry, I thought I was gonna throw up. There's probably 5, 6, 7 Star Wars artists that I could probably share a shot from them every day. That's how good they are.
Like we could probably.
It just comes down to, I mean, do we want to look like we're
homers,
blowing these dudes or ladies nonstop?
Yeah, I know.
It's
I mean,
like, okay.
Black Series, you can do 1/6. You can do everything Kylo. Papa, like, it's just
work more
or less. SWTS, like all
Sir Dork.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sir
it's
Dork.
like, come on.
Like, we know him, we love him. Sir Dork has
like,
been
you guys are too fucking good. Give me a goddamn break.
Yeah,
I'm only one man. My thumbs can only do so much.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what reposted to their fucking app makes this once enjoyable experience every morning a nightmare. But I still do it because I appreciate the shit you people are putting out. And by shit, I mean it in the best sense of the word shit.
Yeah. So, again, top 5 was stacked top to bottom. Even got in a non-toy photography shot here with this fantastic digital art piece by Frankel Art.
That is just buy that for me.
I know, right? If Frank, like, go on, I have to see, if to check his stuff. Frankel, if you've never thought about selling your stuff and you're listening to this podcast, you might want to consider
tattoo that shit on my face or my skull, something.
Yeah. So I mean, just top to bottom again.
That's what I'll do. I'll do a Revan. I'll do a Revan portrait in the same style as Ryan the Intern's
Dude, I don't
Vader.
know. Like, I just thought of this sick ass Revan like image. It just popped into my head. And it wasn't like, I do love Ryan the Intern's Vader, like the geometric Vader. This Revan, like, if I had the ability to draw or to use art of any kind, this Revan thing that just came to my head would be beautiful.
Welcome to my life, dude.
Like,
I mean, I'm an art retard, essentially.
Yeah, like, I will be able to picture it in my head forever, but like, how I would be able to express that to an actual artist to like have them recreate it would be difficult, but I think I could do it.
Yeah, no shit. That's why I don't have a fucking tattoo, because I'm stupid and I don't know how to explain what I want.
Yeah, so I think if I really tried to, like, I'm familiar enough with Photoshop to where I could put together a shitty version of what just popped in my head, But like,
all right, good. Well, start editing my photos then, because I fucking hate Photoshop and shit.
Oh, man. So that wraps up the top 5 for this week. All great stuff. Make sure to give everybody a follow on here. We talked about Instagram last time. I'm going to get up this piece sooner or later. I've just been slammed at work. So trust me, I will put up the why Instagram has fucked you Star Wars artist piece soon.
Oh, please make that the title. Even though it has 0 SEO juice, make that the title.
Yes.
Why Instagram is fucked up Star Wars artist?
Yeah. So that's gonna come soon.
I love it.
But yes, I mean this kind of stuff. Make sure to follow these people.
Instagram hates Star Wars toys.
It's true. They hate everybody now.
Well, they definitely hate Haywood Pop. I know that for a fucking fact.
But give these guys a follow. If you're following along or you're listening to it in your car when you get home, open up the podcast post on StarWarsTime.net. Find our top 5 link, and every one of our artists is linked in the post.
Right.
So
here's what you need to do. You need to do what everything Kylo does, and that is listen to the show, every new episode, and then post about it in your stories about how much you liked it.
That's beautiful.
Okay?
That would be fantastic.
All right? Like if you don't respect the Haywood Pop, if you don't respect at that Nick C, respect everything Kylo. Respect Sir Dork. All right? They rep us, they whip us. In fact, they rep us so well that they were the first 2 to receive the limited run first edition Star Wars time hats. They both have them in their possession. The only other people in the galaxy to have them are Nick and I. All right. So we reward those who recognize our greatness. All right? I'm tired of being nice. We're fucking awesome. You need to make us more awesome. All right? That's part of the deal now. It's now on you people. We've put forth our best feet. Not just a foot, but feet. It's time for you guys and girls to do the same for us. No more bullshit. You promote the Star Wars Time Show. You let your friends know. You let your family know about the Star Wars Time Show. All right? Enough is enough. We've been around for almost 6 months. We need more. We deserve more. I'm a Sith. What else do you expect? All I want is everything. There is no compassion. There's no patience with me. It's now. Give it to us. And you can do that by going to StarWarsTime.net. Subscribing using the subscribe to podcast link, which even dummies can figure out because you can get any platform you want. We're talking Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Android, RSS feed. You can email the motherfucker to yourself. There's no excuse to miss new episodes of Star Wars Time Show. So get on it. And while you're there, you might as well check out our YouTube channel too. YouTube.com/Star Wars Time Show. Sub to that shit. I got out the Toy Story Star Wars Easter egg before anyone else. Doesn't matter, no, because when you search it, guess what? Bigger sites are going to show up because we suck. But we don't. That's why we need you. All right, my friends? You know what to do. You get out there, you subscribe, you like, you rate, you review, you pass it around, you talk about it at a campfire. Until next time, may the Force be with you. Always.